I am currently in Queens Village. Look at that little gust front coming in. There's the edge of it. It's very high base. Yeah, it's pretty high, meaning there's going to be some strong winds with this. Not terribly strong, but there's going to be some strong winds. I can already hear the winds. I heard thunder. Yeah, there's quite a bit of thunder with this. Hail, a threat virtually non-existent. Yes, it looks like there's hail. Here I would say the coloration looks conducive, but I think it's all because of the sun angle. Primary threat will be strong winds and heavy rain. A big burst of wind is going to come through about 30 to 40. Yeah, there are the winds coming in now. See the gust fronts coming in. It's been raining lightly, like for the last few minutes. Like spritz of rain, because there was a little bit of overspreading of the rain ahead of the line itself. It looks like the strongest area is coming right where I am. Yeah, right here. Ooh, okay, these winds are... Yeah, there's definitely going to be winds with this. Considering there's kind of a big difference, like a stronger elevation between the base and the ground. Yeah, there's going to be some strong winds with this. Okay, that's some very strong winds. Okay, yeah, that's some very strong winds. Those are like 40 to 50. Yeah, very strong winds coming in Queens Village right now. Ooh, yeah, these are some very ferocious winds that are coming in. Yeah, as I said, because of your high cloud base, you're getting a downburst. Woo! And you can hear the thunder too. All right, let me just clean off the camera a little bit. Come on. Yeah, you can actually see the sideways rain coming down. I don't know if you can see this, but... Oh, look, there's a scud over there. Woo! Yeah, we just had some very strong winds. Oh, look at those leaves flying. Yeah, very strong winds that just came in. Yeah, we just had a burst of some very strong winds that came in. Now it's absolutely pouring. Ooh, some loud thunder over there. Wow. Now I know why that slight risk was issued for here. Yeah, we just had some very strong winds that came in. Yeah, you saw how strong the winds got right on the edge. If you look closely, you could also see the... You can also see the streaks moving left to right if you look closely. All right. Still, the streaks are still coming in. I'm looking up and looks like we're about to get an even worse part. Here it comes. And it's here. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, that was like 40. Oh my goodness. New York. Whoa! Oh. That's close. I could not see the bolt, but it was like in direction. It was very close. Yeah, definitely a borderline severe thunderstorm. Yep, definitely very close to severe limits. All right. Whoa! Ugh! Oh, no, no, no. Please don't get my phone wet. Please don't get my phone wet. Yeah. Yeah. So it's absolutely torrential rain. Wow. Yikes. Yeah. Very intense thunderstorm here in New York City right now. Queens Village. Very impressive thunderstorm. I mean, look how heavy it is raining. Oh, that was more lightning. Wow. Third day in a row. Third day. Wow. First of all, it was that crazy Manhattan thunderstorm 2 days ago. Then that other, that storm at the beach yesterday. And I was at the beach today earlier, but the weather was really nice. Yeah. Wow. Oh, look. Clearing. Yeah, well, this is a squall line, so you're going to get your lightning on your backside. Your ascending front to rear inflow. Definitely not as impressive the last couple days, but yeah. Jeez. Yeah, okay. A lot of lightning, though. Very, very intense thunderstorm. I would even say borderline severe, especially the front end. The winds were very strong. So I would say, yeah, definitely a borderline severe storm. The winds have died down. Now it's just a very steady, heavy rain. Funny thing is, it was weak. When it was entering the city from New Jersey, it was pretty weak. I literally thought it was going to fall apart. I literally thought this line is going to fall apart. But what happened is that as the line entered the city, all of that heat just fueled the storm, plus the heat from the city, the ocean water, it just blew the storm right up. Because keep in mind, it is humid outside. The dew points definitely lower today than the last couple days. In fact, when I was outside today at the beach, the visibility was gorgeous. 30-mile visibility all the way to New Jersey. I could very clearly see New Jersey from Far Rockaway and even Staten Island. Visibilities today were 30 miles or more. So the humidity was less. 30 dew points were in the 60s with upper 80s. So you definitely had a big dew point depression today, which meant the air was less humid. Less humidity today, but still enough for some really intense thunderstorms. The humidity is lower today, but still enough instability for some very strong thunderstorms. And we were under severe thunderstorm watch. And look, all that water running down. We probably just picked up about a half-inch of rain, I would say. Quarter to half inch. Maybe even an inch. I don't know exact amount. Yeah, it was a very intense burst of rain that just went through. Now the rain's tapering off. It's now 11. All right. Yeah, we just have very intense, that just went through. Yeah, if you want to see the crazy stuff, go to the beginning of the video. I would say go back at least 10 minutes and you'll see some of the really intense action. I'm going to look on radar right now to see what just went through, because we just had some very strong winds, because there was an area of strong winds just to my northwest and by JFK Airport. I want to see what I just got. So just bear with me for just one moment. It'll just buffer for a few seconds and I'll be back. Yeah, so those winds that we got earlier were definitely above 40 miles an hour, especially just as it started to rain. Oh, more lightning. Just saw a flash. That was pretty close. There you go. Yeah. Rain's completely pretty much stopped. Let me check. It's drizzling. So yeah. We just had I would say a borderline severe thunderstorm. I would say it wasn't fully severe, but it was definitely on the border. Yesterday, what I saw in Far Rockaway was severe. That was definitely severe. Today is borderline, but what I saw on Monday, not Monday, what I saw 2 days ago in Manhattan, yeah, that was severe, 100% severe. And the reason I did not call the National Weather Service on yesterday was because I was pretty much right by the radar. And when I saw that 60 plus mile per hour gust on the radar, I'm like, yeah, the National Weather Service definitely had that. And I'm pretty sure they might issue a warning for this. Considering it's going east into a more humid environment because of the ocean, it might end up getting severe warned. And I do not think this is going to weaken anymore. Still a lot of thunder. Thing is, as it was entering the city, it was almost completely like fell apart. Like it was just a line of heavy showers with a little bit of thunder and lightning on the southern edge. And now as it hit the city and got all that urban heat island and the ocean water, humidity from the ocean, it just blew right up. It blew up. It went from what I would call a weak shower line, gusty shower, to a line of very intense thunderstorms. Even might have been some hail, like if it got strong enough. Most of your thunder and lightning is down there. That's where the most intense convection is, because it's by the water. Water temperatures are warm today, 80. It's still raining, but it's light. Yeah, it's raining again. Look. A lot of intracloud. So if you look up, you might see some anvil crawlers. This is actually perfect weather for anvil crawlers. Yeah, this is definitely anvil crawler weather. So if we're going to see any, it's going to be in this section right here. Just zoom it out as far as I can. See if there's any anvil crawlers. Sadly, couldn't really see any bolts. Too many trees in the way. But if there was no trees, yeah, we definitely would have seen some bolts. Just too forested. Too many trees in the... Oh, that was a nice little flash down there. Anyway, the winds stopped. It's now light rain. Yeah, this whole storm lasted, 10 minutes? But it was a very intense storm. Oh, keep in mind, I did call the National Weather Service. Yeah. So it's been about 15 minutes since I started recording before the gust front even came over. So, yeah. Definitely a severe storm, or almost severe. I wouldn't call it severe. Yeah, but tomorrow's going to be nice and cool. Yeah, they said yesterday, threat of an afternoon thunderstorm today. They didn't say anything severe. They just said there's a threat of an afternoon thunderstorm, evening thunderstorm. They should have said gusty, because, the SPC was putting us in a marginal, and then they put us in a slight this afternoon, because apparently they said it was going to be more intense. It almost looked like they were going to be wrong, that the system was going to fall apart, but keep in mind, the urban heat island, the moisture of the ocean, you got your higher dew points right along the coast, and boom, goes your cape. Yeah, you just there was a big burst, there was a lot of cape sitting right along the coast, and the moment that decaying line hit the coast, it just blew up. That's what happened. It was severe in Pennsylvania. There was a lot of wind, and then as it hit the coast, as it was traversing the Appalachians going into New Jersey, it weakened because of downslope, the air drying up. Yeah, when I looked on radar, I'm like, yeah, it's going to fall apart. It actually did the opposite as it hit the city. It really did the opposite. Oh, konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Where in Japan are you from? And yes, I have been to Japan, and I would like to go again. I've been to Tokyo and Asahikawa. Me report. As moderator. Stay moderator. All right. Yeah. Oh, still some thunder and lightning right above me. So, anyway, non-severe. Well, borderline severe, like right on the border. So, anyway, I gotta go right now. Thank you all for watching, and stay